Thank you, Chair. Yeah, she had a small family emergency, so she wasn't able to make it today. Good afternoon. Chair Dolan, Vice Chair Serino, Ranking Member Sykes, and honorable members of the Senate Finance Committee. Thank you for allowing me to testify today in favor of Senate Bill 182, the Foster College Scholarship Program. My name is Matthew Tippitt, and I'm a policy associate with Children's Defense Fund Ohio. CDF Ohio represents students who face the biggest barriers to post-secondary education, and unfortunately, foster youth often fall into that category. No young person's dreams and future aspirations should be deferred due to the challenge created by poverty, abuse, and neglect. These students require additional support to even consider college as an option, and ensuring that every young person has the option to pursue their career goals is not only morally just, but is in the best interest of our state's future prosperity. Sadly, Ohio trails the nation in outcomes for teens who were in foster care. According to national data, Ohio youth were less likely to graduate high school or get a GED, obtain employment, be enrolled in school, and more likely to be justice system involved than their peers across the nation. Ohio is in the bottom 10% of states across each of these measures. Scholarships for Youth with Experience in Care addresses these negative trajectories by giving students hope and footing for a fulfilling future. Research shows that students who know they can pay for college are more likely to aspire to attend. Aspiring to attend college also motivates students to stay in school and keep their grades up. Ohio has the opportunity to join over 35 other states who offer scholarships to students with experience in foster care. The success of these programs, such as the tuition waivers established in Texas in 2015, is a testament to the potential of the Foster to College Scholarship Program. Evidence shows that reducing financial barriers increases students' likelihood of completing their degrees. A recent study shows that students who take advantage of the Texas policies of waiving all tuition and fees are 3.5 times more likely to graduate than their peers. I wanted to also take a moment to address the question that we received in a previous committee hearing and say that the legislation's definition of institution of higher education refers back to a section of the revised code that also includes technical schools and any schools registered with the State Board of Career Colleges and Schools. So we believe that fully covers and makes sure tech schools and any other opportunities outside of the regular college system are covered under the bill. The potential impact of this bill is not just significant, it is transformative. This is not only an investment in youth who have had barriers placed in front of them through no fault of their own, but also a strategic investment in Ohio's economic future. Given the growth and partnership with new businesses that have come to Ohio over the past several years, imagine the benefits Ohio could reap from helping more students in our state access opportunities to obtain skills necessary for the 21st century workforce. Thank you for the opportunity to testify on this important piece of legislation. I'll be happy to take any questions from the committee.
Thank you. So I have a question. You mentioned the University of Texas, or not the University of Texas, that they waive tuition and fees. Does that mean the schools themselves do that? And are they reimbursed, or are they just doing that? That's their program, that if you meet certain criteria for foster child, tuition and fees are waived.
Sure, Dolan. From my understanding, it's a state program, similar to what we would offer, but different in their own way. But it is the state providing those funds to students, not the schools themselves.
Okay, so when you say they waive their tuition and fees, what does that mean then? Just that you are provided the dollars from the state for the tuition?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Senator Lang.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for your testimony. My question is similar to the question for the last witness. I love the concept of what we're trying to do. You know, if we can help these people in foster care to have a powerful, profound, and a positive experience, it's going to carry on, and the benefit will be generational. But we're talking about sometimes 18, 19, 20-year-old people that really don't know what they want in life. What do we do with individuals that just squander the opportunity? They're going there to party, to have a good time, and they're not really going there to further their life, would it make sense to consider a clawback provision? And I don't in any way want to punish anybody that's taking advantage of the spirit of what we're trying to do here, but what's your thoughts on that?
Through the chair to the senator, I believe that on one hand that there are protections in place already that universities have for all of their scholarship programs, as the previous witness stated, that academic probation, whether it be a counselor at the school who can pull that student to the side and say, hey, we need to get these things together, or even the counselor that is embedded in each college that has a better relationship with those students. I know personally myself, I had a great relationship with my academic advisor. Every year at the start of the semester, I would go just check in and say, hey, am I going to fail? So for her to tell me no, and that was fine. So I think that part is already handled. And I think on the other hand, we risk scaring off students who are afraid that, oh, if I don't perform well, I'll lose this opportunity and maybe owe this money back in some way. And then we might frighten off students from taking that risk because it is a risk to go to college. There is a chance of failure. And I think that when we stack up opportunities that already impede what somebody's walking into when it's unknown, that it might force some students to look and say, I don't want to take that risk.
Senator Sykes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks for your testimony. I'm just wondering, how did you determine, do you know how it was determined how much money this should be funded? At what level of funding?
Through the chair to the ranking member, I'm not sure what exact formula was used to come up with the funding number. I know part of it was used looking at some of the other states, how many students they have in the foster care system and how much money that they required to cover everybody that wanted to go to college. That's part of where the number comes from, but the exact details of the formula, I'm not sure on.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kurt Holden.